Today at Cottonwood Acres, we're going to show you how we grow potatoes in a barrel. The first thing we're going to start off with is that we're going to buy a couple of these 55-gallon plastic barrels. Make sure you get ones that had food ingredients. Now I find these on Craigslist for $10 to $15 each, so they're not very expensive. So first I'm going to take the original barrel, and I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it in half about right here. And you'll see why we do this in a second. And this is what the barrel is going to look like. Also, when I cut the top off, I don't cut from the side, I cut from the top. That's because we're going to want this rigidity and help give the barrel strength. Too many times people have done this method and they get barrels that kind of collapse throughout the process. Now what I'm going to do with barrel number 2, which is over here, I'm going to cut it out because I want a section like this. This is my splice. I'm going to come in and I'm going to set my splice into here and screw it into place. And you'll see why we do this in a minute. The other thing we want to do is make sure we have plenty of drain holes. We have them in the bottom and we have them along the sides. And then we're going to make sure this is elevated off the ground. Drainage is important with potatoes on the barrel. Now the reason why we go with this method is when we first start with our potatoes, we put in about 6 to 8 inches of soil, plant the potatoes. This way these small young plants get plenty of sunlight. If we put the barrel up this high, they really struggle to get plenty of sun. And like the potato in the barrel method, as the plants get about 6 to 8 inches above the level of soil, I add in about 2 inches. Again, the plants will grow another 6 to 8 inches, another 2 to 3 inches of soil. When the plants get about this tall, about right into here, it's time to put in our second layer. So I'm going to set this top half of the barrel into place, screw it in through the splice, and this is important because we need this barrel rigidity. Then we continue on with the process. We're going to let the plants grow 6 to 8 inches, another 2 inches of soil. 6 to 8 inches, another 2 inches of soil. So eventually our plants are going to come up about this tall. And throughout the season they will tend to drape over and eventually pass away when we get the first frost. So that's how we do potatoes with the barrel. But one other thing we want to do is I always check these holes and I see how moist is it in here. If it really feels soggy wet around here, I'll drill more holes or I'll make them a little bit bigger. And now with this method, when it's the fall, and we'll take another video in the fall when we harvest, is I'll take these screws out and I'll work this off, and that helps harvest the potatoes. So this is how we do potatoes in a barrel at Cottonwood.